Good day, ma'am. Good day, classmates. We are the group 2. Last meeting, the group of Ate Mian, which is the group 1, discusses to us chapter 2, the intellectual intelligences by Gardner and mental health. Today, the group 2 will discuss to you chapter 3, which is emotional development. But before that, let me first present to you the discussants for this report. First up, we have Diane R. Abliter. She will discuss to us what is emotions and the kinds of emotions. Yours truly, Andy M. Regalario, will discuss to you stress and will give to you what are the kinds or types of stress. Next up, we have Jesseline B. Mora. She will identify to us the effects of extreme emotions and stress. Next, we have Jeneline S. Gabor. She will discuss to us how to handle extreme emotion and stress. Lastly, we have Rose T. Calmada. She will also discuss to us how to manage extreme emotions and stress efficiently. So we are under the instruction and supervisory of Miss Ruvelin Martinez. Here are the table of contents. We have 7 subtopics which I mentioned doon sa pag-present ko sa inyo ng mga reporters. We have emotions, kinds of emotions, stress, types of stress, effects of extreme emotion and stress, how to handle extreme emotion and stress, and managing extreme emotions and stress efficiently. So here are the chapter's objective. So after we discuss to you this chapter, we should be able to identify the varied emotions, be able to differentiate distress from eustress, be able to explain sources of stress, be able to determine the effects of stress, and be able to exemplify on ways to cope up on stress we are experiencing or sa mga mararanasan nating stress sa near future. So, without further ado, let's give the virtual floor to our first discussant, Miss Diane Abliter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Diane Rodriguez Abliter, and I am the first reporter, and I am now discussing what is emotion and kinds of emotions. So, emotions come from the Latin word emivore, which means to move out. Emotions are spontaneous responses to certain stimuli. It is a natural and random response to situations that may cause anger, sadness, happiness, and fear. They are caused by stimulus that demands either positive or negative reactions. Emotions are complex, a state of feeling that result in physical and psychological changes, influencing behavior. It arouses nervous system. So, last meeting, na-discuss na nga nila Ate Mian yung about sa emotional intelligence. So, itong emotion and kinds of emotion is connected to sa emotional intelligence. So, sabi nga, the ability to acknowledge and realize and handle emotion in ourselves to others. Kaya pag sinabing emotion, it is a natural and intensive or automatically feel if we encounter circumstances. So, mostly, emotion is how you react on that situation. So, ilan lang yung mga tao na kayang i-handle yung emotions nila. Kapag galit sila, kapag happy sila. So, dapat lang tandaan natin is emotion is how we react on that situations. So, next. And emotion emanates from the right area of the brain that is basically subjective and feeling. Furthermore, it has to be noted that emotion from one's perfection of a basic situation, even the imagined death of a loved one, can already trigger responses and emotion, which can determine through verbal and non-verbal responses, which may include facial expression and gesture. So, lahat naman tayo is may emotion, syempre, kasi hindi naman tayo robot. So, sabi nga daw dito is the emotion emanate from the right area of the brain. So, right area of the brain, subjective and feeling. So, kahit nga daw is imagine death of a loved one is my facial expression pa din. And sa atin, makikita natin yung kung ano yung emosyon ng isang tao through facial expressions and gestures. So, madali lang talaga siyang tandaan. Guys, there are two kinds of emotion, which are positive emotion and negative emotions. Positive emotion is a classification of pleasant emotion, which may include happiness, excitement, joy, relief, triumph, jubilation. This comes from positive experiences, especially when one is able to attain or satisfy his expectation and desire, while negative emotion is a classification of emotion involving sadness, disgust, annoyance, anxiety, anger, jealousy, fear, and the like. It is shown through facial expression that is manifested in unhappy face, tears, discomfort, pain, and even psychosomatic illness. So it is very easy to understand this positive and negative emotion. So when you feel happy, excitement, joy, relief, so yung emotion mo is positive. Pag negative naman is mafe-feel mo yung sadness, yung discomfort, yung unhappy face. So dito, very self-explanatory naman na to. So, I hope guys, you understand the difference between positive and negative emotion and what is emotion is. So, that's all guys. Thank you.
So we came now to the third subtopic of our report, which is stress. I will talk all about stress. So let me read what is stress. So stress is defined as a state of extreme difficulty, pressure, or strain. It is a way by which the body responds to the pressures from the external environment. So here, I highlighted the phrase, state of extreme difficulty, pressure, or strain. So, I believe that all of us is very familiar with the word stress. And some of you are, I can say na, some of you naka-experience na ng stress. Sabi naman dito, the body responds to the pressures from the external environment. Ano naman yung external environment? So, yung external environment is yung surroundings natin. Yung nakukuha nating pressure sa external environment natin, sa surroundings natin, pwedeng mag-cause yun ng stress. Stress is unpleasant as it puts the mind and the body in a dilemma where it is threatened or challenged. When an individual is pushed to move out of his comfort zone, then much stress is imminent. Life changes, therefore, is stressful, but then again, it is entirely dependent on the individual who will view his current circumstances as either stressful or not. So, when we say we're on the word unpleasant, it is causing discomfort or unhappiness. So, mapapansin natin na yung isang tao under stress is very unhappy siya. Hindi siya komportable sa kalagayan niya. And kapag naman tayo lumabas sa comfort zone natin, 'di ba tayo may mga taong ayaw talagang lumabas sa comfort zone natin. Then kapag pinag-try natin na lumabas sa comfort zone natin, maaaring makaranas tayo ng stress kasi mag-a-adjust pa tayo. Kasi iba yung nakasanayan natin eh. So, kailangan pa nating mag-adjust and it can cause stress. And then, pero, let me clarify since sinabi dito sa last part or last sentence nitong slide, it is entirely independent on an individual who will view his current circumstances as either stressful or not. It depende sa atin kung titingnan natin yung situation natin, kung ito ba is stressful or not. Kasi may kasabihan nga tayo na life is a choice. Kung gagawin natin yung situation natin na mahirap para sa atin, then it can cause stress. Kapag hindi naman, hindi yun stressful. So, it is dependent or nakadepend sa atin kung i-view natin yung situation as stressful or not. So, the concept of stress was developed by Hans Selye, 1936. But before we discuss further about how Selye developed this stress, let me first introduce you to Hans Selye. So, the real name of Hans Selye is Janos Hugo Bruno Hans Selye. He was born January 26, 1907 in Vienna, Austria-Hungary, and he died October 16, 1982 at the age of 75 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So, Selye was a pioneering Hungarian-Canadian endocrinologist who conducted important scientific work on the hypothetical non-specific response of an organism to stressors. So, yung interest, kung babasahin natin yung biography ni Janos Hugo or ni Hans Selye, malalaman natin na yung interest niya sa about this stress, nagsimula nung nasa medical school pa siya. He had observed that patients with various chronic illnesses such as the cancer and tuberculosis appear to display a common set of symptoms, which is the stress. So I'd like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to this man, to Janos Hugo Bruno Hans Selye, because without him, the word stress cannot be defined, cannot be determined. And also some of the stressors na kumbaga nagtitrigger sa stress or nagtitrigger na magkaroon ng stress yung isang tao. And then later on, we will discuss also the theory that Selye brought forth, which is the GAS or the General Adaptation Syndrome, and some of the stressors na pwedeng makatrigger sa stress. So, ibalik natin. So, Selye brought forth the theory of stress reaction known as the GAS or the General Adaptation Syndrome. This state or yung GAS states that the body under stress generally undergo response stages which has 3, the alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. So, iisa-isahin natin siya. So, alarm happens when the individual recognizes the threat. So, tayo as individual, kapag alam natin na may threat sa atin, nagre-respond tayo. And that was called alarm. According to the theory, General Adaptation Syndrome. The second, we have the resistance. Resistance is when the person desires either to confront the stressor known as fight or to run away from the stressor or flight. So, there are tendencies na yung isang tao is matapang. And he or she want to confront the stressor and want to fight it. Para naman, hindi niya maranasan yung, unpleasant feelings. Pero, may mga tao naman na super weak, na gusto na lang hayaan or, hayaan na lang yung stressor na pumasok sa kanya. Maybe wala siyang lakas ng loob to fight on that stressor. Pero I'd like to give you a tip. Always fight those stressor. Kasi at the end of the day, tayo yung magsasuffer nun. Kaya kailangan talaga nating labanan yung mga stressor. So we have the third stage, which is exhaustion. the final phase, which is exhaustion, is where body's resources will be depleted. So, what do we mean by depleted? So, yung depleted means naubos na. Ibig sabihin, sabi dito, yung body resources will be depleted. So, naubos na daw yung mga resources ng body natin para labanan yung mga stressors. Kaya nga sinabi ditong exhaustion, from the word itself, exhausted. Kung baga wala na tayong resource sa katawan natin, na wala na tayong, kung baga, ganang labanan yung stress natin. Naubos na yung body resources natin para i-fight yung mga stressors na maaaring nagtitrigger sa atin para makaranas ng stress. So, next, we have some stressors include the following. So, ito naman yung mga stressors na nagtitrigger sa isang tao na magkaroon or makaranas ng stress. We have illness in the family, loss of loved one, quitting school, divorce or separation, maybe ng parents, failing in school, and getting into trouble. So, may isa pa akong idadagdag dito sa mga stressor. We have the love life. So, bakit nga ba nagiging stressor yung love life natin? So, nagiging stressor yung love life natin kapag nag-aaway yung magjowa or yung in a relationship, na yung magpartner, nag-aaway sila, then may point na pumupunta na sila sa cool off, then yung hiwalayan, and it triggers an individual na magkaroon ng stress. Kaya nagiging stressor minsan yung love life natin. Kaya ang tip ko lang ngayon sa mga katulad kong student and sa mga syempre as we can observe, maraming mga bata pa today na committing into relationship. I'd like to give this tip na huwag niyong ibuhos yung 100% nyo doon sa love. Kung baga, tirahan nyo yung sarili nyo. Para naman, kapag naghiwalay kayo, you know how to comfort yourself. You know how to heal. Diba? Ika nga, you know how to heal the situation or yourself. Kasi nagiiwan niya ng deep wound sa atin, especially kapag matagal na yung relationship nyo. So, we came now to the types of stress. We have two types of stress, the eustress and the distress. So, ano nga ba yung pagkakaiba ng eustress sa distress? So, give me the opportunity to read this to you. Positive stress or eustress. This is experienced by the body as an unpleasant stimulus becomes a source of motivation. Such happens when the attainment of that goal is being expected. And so despite the provision of effort and extreme sacrifice, whether psychological or physical, the individual is motivated to push more to achieve the goal. So, para mas maintindihan natin, I'll give you an example. Example of which are those who join the famous Survivor and the Amazing Race series. So, familiar ako sa Survivor series, which rewards the ultimate winners with a big sum money and travel opportunities. Hence, despite the hardships entailed by the competition, the contestants enthusiastically go for the goal. So, hindi ko lubos maisip na, may existing positive stress pala, which was called eustress. So, even nung nabasa ko to, sabi ko, ay, may positive stress pala. So, ito pala yung, source of motivation natin. Kung baga, the person individual experiencing this eustress is optimistic. Kung baga, yung dark side, tinitake niya as motivation, tinitake niya into a brighter side. Yun yung tinatawag na positive stress or eustress. So, kung familiar tayo sa Survivor or sa Amazing Race na series, dun sa Survivor, grabe yung mga pagsubok, yung challenges na pinagdaanan nila. Hence, sabi nga dito, despite the hardship entailed by the competition, the contestants enthusiastically go for the goal. Kumbaga, yung mga contestant may goal because of the prizes. Napaka-big nung sum nung money na makukuha nila, plus may mga travel opportunities pa sila outside the country. So, may aim, may ini-aim silang goal, kaya gusto, kahit gaano kahirap yung situation or yung challenge na pinapagawa sa kanila, nagtitake sila ng risk para malagpasan yon. Yun yung tinatawag nating positive stress. Another example here is the Starstruck of GMA. Kung familiar kayo, yung kapag nanalo ka doon, automatically you're an artist already, pwede ka nang mag-act. And may mga challenges doon na super hirap din, like yung ipapasok ko sa kabaong, then lalagyan ng mga uod. Like, hindi ko yun kaya, pero since yung mga sumasali sa Starstruck is my goal, ang goal nila is makapasok sa GMA network and maging artista, nagtitake sila ng risk para malagpasan yon, and that's the eustress. So, kung naintindihan nyo na yung eustress, let's go now to the second type of stress, which is the negative stress or distress. From the word itself, negative stress. So, wala tayong i-expect dito but negative things. This type of stress causes not only pain in the mind but also in the body, as it makes the individual literally sick. This is brought forth by the helplessness and hopelessness created by the stressor on the person. So, para mas maintindihan natin kagaya ng positive stress, nagbigay ako dito ng example. Example of which is the barrister who have failed the bar exam for lawyers thrice or more despite extensive review. The frustration is enough to distress the body and the mind of the person. So, itong example naman to kapag hindi nakapasa sa bar exam, yung mga nag-take. For example, sabi dito yung about sa lawyer. Kahit ilang beses na siya nag-take ng exam, ng bar exam, hindi pa rin siya makapasa despite the extensive review. Nag-review siya ng really, really good. Or, nag-review talaga siya. Pero, hindi niya maipasa yung bar exam and it cause stress. Minsan nga, umaabot pa yan sa depression eh. May kilala kong isang tao na hindi siya nakapasa sa LAT exam and na-stress siya. Then, nagkaroon siya ng mental, kumbaga nagkaroon ng konting yung mental niya. Kumbaga nabaliw ng konti. Pero ngayon, okay naman na siya. Nakabalik-balik na. So, yung hindi pagkakapasa niya sa LAT exam, nag-trigger sa kanya na magkaroon ng stress or ng negative stress. And it makes us literally sick talaga. Literal na nagkakasakit tayo kapag ganong situation. So, yun yung negative or yung distress. Hopefully, naintindihan nyo yung about dito sa two types of stress. Kasi, maybe sa quiz na ibibigay namin, magbigay kami ng situation, then you will identify it kung eustress ba yon or distress. So, doon nagtatapos yung part ko sa report namin, which I tackled two subtopics in our report, which is the stress and the types of stress. We came now to the effects of extreme emotions and stress. And I will give the virtual floor to our third reporter, which is Jessalyn Mora. Thank you so much sa pakikinig sa part ko dito sa report namin. Thank you so much.
Good day everyone. I'm the next discussant and I will discuss the subtopic of emotional development, which is the effects of extreme emotions and stress. Stress is your body's way of responding to any kind of demand or threat. When you feel threatened, your nervous system responds by releasing a flood of stress hormones, and including adrenaline and cortisol, which rouse the body for emergency action. So, since stress is our body's way of responding to any challenging situations, it is impossible to completely avoid stress. It is parang normal na siya, or it is our natural part of our life. So, ang stress is a response to any situations and challenges, both positive and negative. However, pwede naman siyang manage, or it can reduce the amount of stress that we experience. Because of stress that we feel, we experience these physical changes. Your heart pounds faster, muscles tighten, blood pressure rises, breath quickens, and your senses become sharper. So, these physical changes increase your strength and stamina, speed your reaction time, and enhance your focus. This is known as fight or flight stress response and is your body's way of protecting you. So, the difference between fight and flight is that the fight response, the body prepares itself to confront the threat directly, using aggression or physical force if necessary. In the flight response, the body prepares to escape the threat or avoiding it. So, for example, magbibigay ka ng public speech and you suddenly forget your lines. In that challenging situation or the embarrassment, natitrigger yung fight and flight response natin. Kaya yung physical changes, yung rapid heartbeat, sweating, and shaking, nafe-feel natin. Our body is preparing to either fight the danger or avoiding it, or the flight response. So, responses of the body to extreme emotions and stress overload include the following. Physical impact. Increase the rate and depth of breathing. Blood becomes more concentrated, heart and pulse rate increases, senses become extremely keen, butterflies in one's stomach, goosebumps, cold sweat, dry mouth, adrenaline rush. So, because of the body releases hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, nati-trigger yung physical changes natin. Kagaya nga kanina, yung example ko is public speech. So, these changes prepare the body to respond to a perceived threat, kung mag-fight ba siya or flight. Next is health problems. Pain of any kind, heart disease, digestive problems, sleep problems, depression, weight problems, autoimmune diseases, and skin conditions such as eczema. So, dito sa health problems, yung chronic stress can have a negative effects on our health. Kapag tayo ay na-expose masyado sa stress, pwedeng humina yung immune system natin, or increase our blood pressure, contribute to the heart disease or the other health conditions. Pwede rin tong mag-lead sa headaches and sa anxiety and depression na pwedeng maka-apekto sa pagtulog natin, ganun. So, next is cognitive symptoms. Memory problems, inability to concentrate, poor judgment, seeing only the negative, anxious or racing thoughts, constant worrying. So, yung stress can also interfere with the normal brain function. It can affect our ability to think, yung pag-decision natin, or to concentrate sa mga bagay-bagay na apektuhan. So, yung stress pwedeng makakontribute sa memory problems na para makapag-process ng new information. So, the next is emotional symptoms. Moodiness, irritability or short temper, agitation, inability to relax, feeling overwhelmed, sense of loneliness and isolation, depression, and general unhappiness. So, dito sa emotional symptoms, di ba kapag tayo ay stress, gusto natin palaging mapag-isa, palagi tayong irritable or nagiging moody tayo. Ayaw natin yung pinapakailaman ng iba, ganon. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng part na gusto nating mapag-isa palagi. Next is behavioral symptoms. Eating more or less, sleeping too much or too little, isolating yourself from others, procrastinating or neglecting responsibilities, using alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs to relax, nervous habits, nail biting, and pacing. Dito sa behavioral symptoms, ito yung madalas na ginagawa ng isang tao para ma-release yung stress nila. Yung may iba't iba kasing tao na yung iba kapag stress or nakaka-feel ng extreme emotions, mas gusto nila na matulog na lang. Yung iba naman, hirap sa pagtulog. Yung iba, mas gusto nila uminom na lang ng alcohol para sinasabi nila na kapag uminom ka, makakalimutan mo yung mga problema mo. So, yun yung mga iba't ibang pwedeng gawin ng isang tao para ma-release yung stress. That's all. Thank you.
Today, I will discuss to you on how to handle the extreme emotion and stress. So, extreme emotion and stress are common in human life. Its debilitating effect renders us unable to healthily control such and resolve the same. To further mitigate the impact of these two realities, one has to learn to cope effectively. Muna talaga sa isang tao yung stress at emotion. So, yung mga epekto nun, yun yung nagdudulot kung bakit nahihirapan ng isang tao na malampasan o solusyonan niya yung problema. So, dapat, para malampasan niya yun, kailangan maging matatag siya to conquer all the stress and emotion that he or she experienced it. So, here under some ways to respond efficiently to extreme emotion and stress. Number 1, social engagement. The most evolved strategy to keep ourselves feeling calm and safe. Since the nerve connected the brain to sensory receptor in the ear, eyes, face, and heart, socially interacting with another person, making eye contact, listening in an attentive way, feeling understood can calm you down and put the brakes on defensive response like fight to fight. When using social engagement, one can think and feel clearly, and body functions such as blood pressure, heartbeat, digestion, and the immune system continue to work uninterrupted. Most effective strategy that will keep ourselves feeling calm and safe is social engagement, because we need someone to talk. We need someone willing to listen to our problem when we experience extreme emotion and stress. Meron yung feeling na meron tayong masasandalan, yung feeling na merong taong handang makinig sa mga problema na pinagdadaanan natin. Kasi when someone understand our problem, parang nakakawala ng nakakadagdag ng nakakawala ng pressure. Yun yung parang feeling na kaya nating malampasan yan kasi may isang tao na naniniwala na kaya nating lampasan yun at tinutulungan tayo na malampasan yung problemang pinagdadaanan natin. So, when we feel extreme emotion and stress, we need someone to talk to release the pain, the stress that we feel. Yung parang pag nailabas mo na siya sa ibang tao, parang nakakagaan ng loob, ganun, mga ganun. So we need this we need this social engagement. 2. Mobilization, otherwise known as the fight or fight response. When social engagement is an appropriate response and we need to either defend ourselves or run away from danger, the body prepares for mobilization. It releases chemicals to provide the energy you need to protect yourself at the same time. Body function not needed for fight or flight, such as the digestive and immune system, stop working once the danger has passed. Your nervous system calm the bodies, slowing heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and winding back down to its normal balance. Yung mobilization naman, ito yung pag nakakaranas ka ng extreme emotion and stress. Yung tao nagiging defensive, ganun. Yung tatawag na fight or fight. Yung baga, you need someone to defend yourself. Dahil sa stress na nararanasan mo, lahat ng sinasabi sa'yo ng ibang tao, parang feeling mo, laban yun sa'yo. Parang feeling mo, yung isang word na lalabas sa bibig ng isang tao, na sasabihin sa'yo, feeling mo, ikakasama mo yun. So, to defend yourself, you explain something that not appropriate. Hindi naman kailangan, pero para madepensa mo yung sarili mo, sinasabi mo, ganun. Ito yung parang napa-overthink ka na. Yung natawag nila na defense mechanism. Ganun. So, magkaiba sila ng number 1 ng social engagement. Kasi, yung lahat ng sinasabi ng tao sa'yo, feeling mo, attack nila yun, laban sa'yo. So, that's its mobilization. Yung iba naman, they run away from their problems. Yung stress or yung extreme emotion na nararanasan nila, natakbuhan na lang nila. So, pag nawala na yung problem, parang dun lang sila nagiging calm. Parang bumabalik yung balance ng katawan nila, doon lang. Parang feel safe na sila ganun. Pag yung problem na nangyari is parang nawala na. Parang hindi na napag-uusapan ganun. Immobilization. This is the less evolved response to stress and used by the body only when social engagement and mobilization have failed. You may find yourself traumatized or stuck in an angry, panic-striking, or otherwise dysfunctional state, unable to move on. In extreme life-threatening situation, one may even lose consciousness, enabling one to survive high level of physical pain. However, until one is able to arouse his body to a mobilization response, the nervous system may not be unable to return to its pre-stress state of balance. Ang immobilization naman, sabi doon, kung yung social engagement and mobilization ay hindi gumana, yung immobilization, yun yung pinaka-less evolved na mangyayari. Kasi ito yung pag nakaranas ka ng extreme emotion and stress, nagiging traumatized ka na sa nangyari o sa na-experience mo. Yung parang nasa-stuck ka na dun sa pangyayari na yun. Yung hindi ka na maka-forward. Na-stuck ka na stuck ka na, ganun. So, mahirap pag hindi mo nalabanan yung stress stress at emotion na nararamdaman mo o mai-experience mo. Kasi ito yung nagdudulot na mahirap nang magtiwala sa ibang tao kahit na hindi naman sila yung mismong nagbigay sa'yo ng trauma na yun. Yung parang it's hard for you to trust other because of the extreme emotion and stress that you feel before. So, when time passes and natutunan mo nang mag-move forward dun sa trauma na naranasan mo, yun yung simula na babalik yung function ng utak mo, pero hindi na katulad ng dati. Hindi na katulad ng dati kung ano ka noon. Kasi nga dahil sa trauma na na-experience mo na. So, you need to earn to back yourself again in a normal state. What determines your ability to manage stress? We are all different, of course. Some people seem to be able to roll with life punches, while others tend to crumble in the face of far smaller obstacle or frustration. Some people even seem to thrive on the excitement and challenge of a high-stress lifestyle. Your ability to tolerate stress depends on many factors, including the quality of your relationships and support network, your life experiences, your emotional intelligence, and genetics. May mga tao na when you feel the extreme emotion and stress, meron taong kayang malampasan yung ganung klaseng experience, meron namang taong hindi kaya. So, syempre, we are all different nga, di ba? So, meron tayong kayang gawin na hindi kaya ng iba. Meron naman tayong di kayang gawin na kaya ng iba. So, yung para ma-manage natin yung stress, makinig tayo sa next reporter. I-discuss niya kung paano mag-manage ng extreme emotion and stress. So, pakinggan po natin yung next reporter.
Good day everyone, I am General Calmada and I will discuss about managing extreme emotions and stress effectively. Handling stress and emotions vary from one person to another. A number of variables may either aggravate or simplify the issue or concern relative on how well a person tolerates his stress and extreme emotions. Each of us has different ways of dealing with stress and emotions. It's based sa kung paano nakikita ng isang tao ang isang sitwasyon. It's either mapapalala ba or mapapadali since nasa tao naman ang decision on how to deal with it. Several elements offer efficient ways to allow one to receive the blows of stress and emotions with complete resilience. This includes proper diet, exercise para lahat ng muscles natin nagagalaw, relaxation techniques like breathing exercises, and seeking professional help. Number 1. Seek help from those who understand your concern, particularly those in authority. Like support from these concerned individuals like family, friends, relatives, concerned institution can be good remedy to the mind and body. Number 2. Explore on those issues that give you much stress and subjecting you to extreme emotions. Analyze the problems that are causing you a lot of stress and strong emotions para if ever na etong bagay na to nakakapag-stress sa'yo, pwede nating maiwasan or wag nang gawin. Like if you're like ng jowa nyo. Char. Number 3, develop hardiness. Hardiness may reduce the effects of stress by altering stress appraisals or fostering more active coping by Crowley et al. 2003. Increase your hardiness to lessen the effects of stress and strong emotions. Kumbaga maging matatag tayo. Number 4, be positive, as positive thoughts attracts positive people and positive events. According to The Secret, one should start from an attitude of gratitude so he may see the things that he possesses rather than his deficiencies. Number 5, practice proper breathing techniques to relax your muscles, your body, and your mind. During moments of stress and extreme emotions, by breathing in 4 counts, inhale in 4 counts, and exhale in 8 counts. Repeat again and again, and feel your system relax and your mind clearing up. Number 6, use mantra. Look into the mirror and do positive self-talk. Focus on your beauty, your strength, your uniqueness, and the things that you have. An example of these statements are, there's no need to worry. Everything will be fine. I'll cross the bridge when I get there. One step at a time, my dear. You're the best. You can do it. Number 7, humor is helpful in these circumstances. One should find comic relief by watching funny films and reading feel-good books. Laughter is the best medicine, kumbaga. Number 8, keep yourself busy. An idle person is subjected to more negativity as he is preoccupied more with these issues. Tendency is just to discuss more about his hurts and pains as there is nothing relevant preoccupies him. Number 9, protect yourself by improving your self-esteem. A person with high sense of self-esteem develops a shield that will secure him from greater pain. Build your sense of self-worth to protect yourself. Kasi, kung mahal natin yung sarili natin, there's no such stress and emotions that can destroy us. Number 10, take a break. Go on a vacation and commune with nature. Pause and spend some time in nature.